I think I was about 8 or 9 years old when I visited with my mother a very big playground, and around that playground there was a little exhibition of little sculptures. And as a young man, as a child, I looked at those little sculptures and I got goosebumps. So when I came home as a little boy, I started to make things of all kinds of rubbish. And I think I was born as an artist when I was a child, about 8, 9 years old. And I always kept doing that. And at first I made drawings, started with painting, but well, later on, I started to make objects, all kinds of objects. And I did that for a very long time. And also 2 big sculptures outside. Well, and so on. I made architecture. I designed a bridge, for instance. A bridge from 100 meters long for pedestrians and for cyclists. But that bridge is also to a light artwork. So in the evening, it's very beautiful to look at because there are blue lights on it and white lights and so on, because it's a beautiful bridge. But I also designed and made and realized a very big place with a water sculpture, all the greenery, even the pavement I made and I designed, and so on and so on. So I started with glass because I liked the material very much. I never had any education. I mean, in art, I've never been to a school, an art school. So I learned everything by myself. And besides working as an artist and doing very big projects, I always worked as well. So I had jobs. For instance, I've been for more than 30 years a lady hairdresser. And I was very good in that. But after that, I became a technician, worked with a firm where I had to do all kinds of technical stuff, carpeting, plumbing, you name it. And after that, in the time I made and designed that bridge, which was a project of 3.7 million euros. And I was the director of making this bridge. I worked at the same time daily as a stone cutter, made tombstones and floors and so on. And I'm still doing that. How old I am, I'm still working on the graveyard, making tombstones, carving in stone, and so on and so on. But with glass, I started, I guess, about 12 years ago, something like that. I don't know exactly. Because there was a lady friend of mine, and she asked me one day, can you make for me a lady bag? A lady bag, I said, I've never done that before. So I thought about that for about 14 days. And then I thought, what the hell, why not? So I started to make a lady bag from metal. The metal plates you could find on a roof. So I used that metal from a roof to make a lady bag, a very exclusive lady bag, with light in it as well, because most of the women are searching in their lady bags late in the evening and can't find anything at all. So I thought it must be very nice for them to have a light in that as well. That lady bag is bought by the museum here in Apeldoorn, where I live. They have it in their collection now. But at the same time, I was intrigued, or it was also possible to make a lady bag, a very exclusive lady bag, in glass. For a soiree at the evening, a lady clutch, a little thing. So I came in contact with a glass blower in Leerdam, which is a place here in Holland where they make glass. And I said to him, I want to have that and that. And I made the mold for it. And we went to Belgium, to Lommel, and make them. I can show you. Here you have the lady bag. You see? This is one of them. I made more, yes? And with silver, this is silver and pearls and so on. It must be very beautiful. So you see, if you are staying, you could have this lady bag like here. They've also bought from the museum here another one in glass, which is very beautiful. And well, I like working with glass because the material is fantastic.
I would like to ask you about the piece that you donated to the IBG collection, the stone-shaped Unica. What is the story behind it? What was your inspiration to create it?
Well, you see, the point is that I like to do things which people tell me that's impossible. And the combination stone and glass, the material glass is, when you shape it, it's very hot. And a stone is a stone, and he's not shrimping. But glass, when it is going to cool down, it's shrimping. So you can't put stones into glass because it breaks. And I thought there must be a possibility to make it that it is working. So I find out a method to do that. And I can show you another experiment which I made for a couple of weeks ago. This is a vase. And at the top of this, there is a little stone. This is the first one. This is an experiment, because this stone should be a little bit deeper into the glass when it is melted into the glass. But if you look closely, you can see that the water in it, yes, here is the water very high, and here is the water very low, because the pressure of the air in this piece of the vase, yeah, is taking care of the fact that the water level here is very low. And so you see, this is just one experiment which I want to show you in combination of glass, vases, Unica, and stone. And I've made other things with stone where the stone is sinking into the hot glass. But that's impossible to keep the stone in there, because when the glass is cooling down, it's going to break. I find a method that it could be done. Well, the same thing is what I told you. I like to do things which are impossible. I want to have a wine glass. A very nice wine glass, beautiful shaped. And I made a design for that. Went to different glass blowers, and all those guys told me that's impossible to make. You can't make it. I searched, if you believe it or not, but it's true. I searched for 5 years to find a glass blower who could make it. You see, this little point in it, all the glass blowers told me that's impossible to make. So I came in Czechia, and in a little museum, I saw something similar. And I thought, wow, who has made this? So I went to the lady in the museum and I asked her, who made that little vase over there? And she said, oh, that's 15 kilometers from here. A father and a son, and they make those things. Okay, I went over there. And he asked me, can you draw something? Yes, of course I can draw it on. So I drew. And he said, yes, that we can make. Huh? After 5 years research, he said to me, yes, I can make it. But he said, we are not gonna do it. I said, why not? And he told me we are only working with green glass, making replicas from the Middle Ages and so on. We are not working in crystal glass. But that's no problem, he said. Just a couple of kilometers from here, there's a guy who can make it as well, Jiří Pačinek. So I went to Pačinek. He said, can you draw something? Yes, I can draw something. In 5 minutes, he made this glass. Beautiful. I first exhibit this glass in Milano, in the Dutch Pavilion at the Salone del Mobile, and I got good reactions on it.
But so how did you incorporate the stone, or is that a secret?
So when I have a stone, doesn't matter what form it has. So I made the stone exactly a copy of that in wood, so I can press it into the hot glass, take it back out, yes, and put in later the stone. And then people ask me, how did you do that? Because when the glass is simping, it's going to break. Yeah, that's my secret. Now you know it. But I'm also making at this very moment furniture. So tables and artworks, different artworks. For instance, these artworks are made of rubbish, which I found in a container or wherever. And glass blowers, most of the time, they cut off little pieces when they are blowing glass, which is going to be as rubbish and put away. Then I take it out and I make new things of it, completely mad things. This is a model for a very big monument I'm going to make nearby another place. So, and that's made out of stone and steel and glass and so on. So I'll do all kinds of things, and I enjoy it to make the world nicer and better. And because if you look at nature and something which is coming directly from Earth, nobody has touched it. Nobody has shaped it. The nature is shaping itself. But for the rest, everything is shaped by man, by mankind. They designed it, they find it out how to shape it, and so on and so on. And because of that, there must be always a way we can do it better or on another way.